we go out there with our films and we just go, we have a great movie. It was funded by Brand X. But we start out with, we have a great movie made by a great director. That's my message to you. Yes, we got funding from a brand. Someone had to fund it. Someone had to pay for the film. But now the media is savvy enough, and they've seen so many good examples of this, that they're like, oh, so there's a credit in the back from a brand, and the brand gets to ride along the wave, but it's a great movie. And if you can't say that, you can't win. We view all of sports and entertainment as kind of all people's passions, right? Because you're not just a sports fan, a baseball fan, a movie fan, you're everything. You like music, you go to the movies, you go to sports games. So we look at people holistically. So we needed expertise in all facets of entertainment. So when we're talking to our clients, we can offer them every option and not, well, here's a great music idea. We don't really do film partnerships. You have to look at entertainment and pop culture holistically. So what we did was we kind of looked around the landscape and saw a lot of branded content and all the agencies doing it digital above the line. And we created something, it's now about 4 years ago, Ketchum Films, very simple title. And what we're doing is producing feature films for our clients as a virtual movie studio. Now that all the big studios, all they're doing is franchises, Batman 16 and Aquaman and Wonder Woman and Transform, a lot of directors, especially documentary directors, don't have outlets. They want to do films, who's going to fund them? So funding kind of dried up, so we walk in with brand funds and go, hey, we've got a great idea, we'll fund it, you make the film, and we try to have the brand sit behind it a little bit. So for our first film, we got James Mole. He was the first guy to win an Oscar and a Grammy and an Emmy in his first 5 years of doing entertainment, and he won his Oscar with Steven Spielberg. And just a brilliant director. He's done so many amazing documentary films, about the Holocaust, to rock music, really everything in between. And he created this great film about farmers, ordinary farmers. And it just struck a chord. And it just built up and it built up. And they said, if you can get into 20 movie theaters, we're gonna throw you a parade. We got into 160. And we had theaters calling us saying they were kicking out DreamWorks films to put in our documentary film. The Huffington Post called it Documentary of the Year. And the big test was Walmart, who said, no, we have very little shelf space for DVDs. We're selling the hits. And they took 10,000 units. So it broke this new mold. All of a sudden we had a movie studio and we're writing these pretty significant checks back to the company and went, we have a new model here. And then what followed was Crafted with Morgan Spurlock, and then A Fighting Chance with Morgan Neville, who won the Oscar last year for 20 Feet from Stardom. So we've got this little machine and the brands love it, and the money keeps flowing back to them, and we think it's the future, and obviously other brands are following suit.